You wish you could.
Yeah, see, I knew that was going to be it. Yeah.
I'm not sure, Jeff, but
Mike, you attach any significance to the fact you equaled last year's victory total? Does that mean anything at this point in the season to you?
well, we hoped it would happen at some point. To be honest with you, we got, what, 7 games left, so we got a chance to surpass that. I would be really disappointed if we don't. You know, we've generally done our job, I would say. We've been pretty effective, generally speaking. We've had some games where the other teams played well, whether that's been as a result of us not playing as well, but we've ran into some teams that really shot the ball well. So naturally you could always say, well, we needed to defend better, but you know, we're hanging in there, and that's all you can do is just give yourself a chance, and it's going to take road wins, and we've got 2 really tough, you know, what I'd say maybe the 2 toughest games at home coming up. So, you know, the formula remains the same: win at home and try to sneak out what you can on the road. You know, we've got our last 3 games on the road, and hopefully we're in good enough shape that we'll look at those last 3 and kind of know what we have to do. Whether we can do it remains to be seen, but we can't do it if we're not in a position.
Mike, were you happy with the way your team started the game today? You kind of sort of took charge at the very beginning.
Yeah, you know, I was pleased with the first half defensively. I thought that we picked up and put pressure on and did a nice job that way. And you know, they're obviously Arizona State's had a tough time, and they've been a little bit turnover prone, and we thought we could force some. We had 21 points off turnovers in the first half, which was good. It was a key defensively. Then you get stuff that you get without having to just play against the matchup. I didn't think we moved the ball as well in the first half as we would have liked. The second half, we challenged them to try to get to 20 assists, and we came very close to doing that, and would have had we, you know, kept certain people in the game, I think. So we moved the ball better in the second half. We just were looking to try to make one pass to score, and you're not going to do that against a zone. We haven't played against a lot of zones, so you know, you're running stuff and you're thinking, I make this pass and that guy's going to get a shot, and that's really not what's supposed to happen against a matchup zone.
And like your favorite topic, we were told that Camp and Crab went to get X-rays.
Out for a couple months probably, John. I don't know
good.
if we'll,
Yeah.
you know, career maybe, you know.
Fingers for Camp and right foot for Crab. And
just a little sprain and a dislocated finger that generally you tape up, and maybe you put a couple aspirin on, and then he'd be fine.
So, Allen's is the sprain, not in sort of a. I know you love this subject, Mike. But
Well, it's just over and over and over again. He turned his ankle. Did he go back in the game?
Yes, I know he
Okay,
did.
all right. So then probably the doctor would not. We were going to go to the operating room collectively together, and you know, but we just decided to bypass that trip.
So he has a sprained foot, nothing more severe than that.
You know, I really haven't had that discussion. If I was concerned, I would have had a really lengthy explanation for you, but I just
it's becoming one.
God, I just can't stand it. You know, it's basketball. You're gonna have stuff's gonna happen.
I'll change the subject. So is it tough to prepare for a team like ASU, that matchup zone, when you only have that short turnaround?
Well, you know, Denver played a matchup zone, and we played very well against it. We've played against Arizona State. We kind of have, for us, a way to play against it. You know, we kind of stumbled across it a couple years ago, and it seemed to work for us. Denver played a good one, Santa Barbara played one, and we pretty much, you know, really moved the ball and got good shots. So I think they have confidence. You know, Monday after Sunday's game, we didn't do very much. You know, we really didn't. We talked about, really all we talked about was matchup zone in preparation for Saturday. That was Monday's prep. We didn't run up and down and do much. And then today, obviously, after an 8 o'clock game on Thursday or yesterday, same kind of formula. So, but I think that what we do for us is we're fairly comfortable with it, and we don't have a lot of problems. You know, we move the ball in some way; it suits us pretty well.
How do you like the play of your bench guys in the second half?
I think that I just, I like that when we're able to do that. The objective is not to win by a bunch of points or anything. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to win the game, which I felt comfortable with. And when you get kids time in a game situation, you probably find things out that you don't see in practice, because now maybe you have a guy that's a little bit more comfortable in that situation. Maybe he, hey, it seems to the lights come on, or maybe what concerns you to begin with kind of is confirmed, So it's good to be able to do that. And, you're maybe going to be in a situation just like with Robert where, you're going to have a chance to have to do some things, and having get over the nervousness and being out there probably helps you a little bit.
Are you feeling like Robert can come in? You know what he can do for you now?
Yeah, I think it's Robert's been good at catching and finishing. Obviously, his bulk, for lack of a better term, gives us a different, identity. It's like the first time we told him was when we played Smith. We said, Robert, look, you're going to play because we need your size against UCLA and Smith. And obviously he responded and finished a lot of plays, but he's just different than Krabish. Krabish is longer, I think, but Robert weighs a lot more, so he provides that presence in there. Like anything else, guys are going to have to learn when to throw him the ball, where is he, what can he do with it. He sometimes gets jumbled up where he is and so forth, but he's generally been able to finish pretty well inside.
And like that one baseline move he made, seemed like a real...
Yeah, he gets himself in bad spots, and he can't extricate himself from those things where he's below the backboard and he doesn't know how to get out of there, he can't turn middle and so forth. So it's a matter of positioning for him. And then, Justin's been real good at dishing the ball to him. And that gives him confidence because Robert knows what Justin's going to do, and he dishes it and he's able to finish it.
And Emerson was the first guard off the bench today.
Is that a question or a fact?
I'm just asking.
Yes, he was.
He was, yeah.
Well, that was due in part to the fact that they were playing a matchup zone. And so Emerson's been shooting the ball pretty well, and there wasn't the issue of trying to execute in man, and we wanted to give him an opportunity to get some minutes. He hasn't been, he's been pretty good in situations, so we felt that was valuable for us. And I didn't want to, Jorge and Harper and Crab been playing huge minutes, and I thought, eventually it could take its toll. And you do that, then all of a sudden something stupid's going to happen, where a guy, gets caught, and something happens, and you're thinking, well, geez, I didn't need to have him in there in that situation. So more confidence we can get guys, the better off we're going to be.
Okay, do it.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay.
Anybody gets injured between now and Monday, though, I want to make sure we get a press release out.